right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. This is going to be check-in on the topic of love. I've been singing some Jill Scott in my head. Don't you remember me? And strangely, the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, where Gigolo and Gigolette still take a kiss without regret. The Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Okay, so I don't know. I haven't heard either of those songs in I can't even tell you how many years, probably 8 to 15 years each respectively. So they're not like songs I've heard on the radio. So don't ask me why they're in my head. But we have a Six of Swords. It's time to move on from something in this storyline, or someone is trying to move on from something. Move on from the past, probably because we've got mummies all over the place, right? Hi, Violet. Hi, sweetheart. Christian Anthony, great to see you. Violet, can I pull a card for you first on Monday in the members section? I jotted it down a message. I know you were so awesome and you were looking out for people and helping me with the fact that Carol was 87 and didn't get posted. And let me know if that's okay with you. And you'll be first on Monday in the members corner, okay? But we've got the star card. Also, guys, don't forget. Awesome. Violet, I got your name down, hun. Guys, don't forget on Monday, I will be going live on both of my channels and also in my members corners. So I'll be going live on Monday 4 times total. So a private segment just for members in each members corner, and then also for any of my subscribers in general on my channels. So Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll do some card pulls. I thought it'd be fun to celebrate. So Six of Swords to the Star to the Ten of Cups. Moving on so a character can have peace and so that they can have a 10 of cups. I thought at first, is this going to be like, oh, we got to move on from each other, we're not going to be together? But instead, it's starting to look like somebody is perhaps moving on from something in their own past so that they can finally be together with somebody and have a 10 of cups. They have gone at a freaking snail's pace. You notice we've got a little escargot going on there. But this had to be healed. We have on that star card, the Aquarius energy, we've got a quartz crystal. They had to improve their vibration, whoever this was. 10 of Pentacles, it's like somebody had to put their very molecules back together, organize and restructure that with that 10 of Pentacles there. Hi, everybody. So great to see you guys. We got really beautiful cards. We have Ace of Cups. We keep winning. By the way, somebody wears a really nice scented perfume. I don't know what it is, but it's a very ornate little perfume bottle. It's got a little heart on it. So I don't know if this represents like the pheromones of love or if it's a perfume, but somebody smells nice. We need to figure out what is being left in the past. Is it that two people are saying, hey, let's forget what happened in the past, because honestly, you're still the best match for me no matter what problems we've had. Can we just come on home and help me solve them, as Otis Redding would say? Oh, love me some Otis. Because honey, there can't be no problem too serious that we can't solve it. Oh, I love Otis. Give me a message on what that Six of Swords is. We got a 2 of Cups to the 3 of Cups. We got the 4 of Swords to the 5 of Swords. So this was a very happy relationship at one point in time. Very, very, very happy. The only problem is the 2 of Cups going to the 3 of Cups. Where did we have a third energy coming in? Or was this all just depicting everything was great and then all of a sudden somebody either got reminded of something that hurt them, or they were all in and then they like did a stutter step back. They were all in. This was a 2 of Cups. It's going to be amazing. We're so happy together. And then I don't know if sometimes an ex's presence pops up in somebody's mind like a ghost, and it reminds somebody of a time that they got hurt. And maybe that happened here. And then that person became hostile. You know, sometimes you forget that the person you're in front of isn't the person who hurt you when a memory resurfaces and you lash out. It's looking like a masculine suddenly had a pang of hurt that came into his mind, and then he might have acted hostile. But right before that, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So let me just ask again, in what capacity are we trying to move on from the past? Is it that a masculine like had a moment where they just kind of like wigged out a little bit, or and that's what they're trying to get over is the past, or that's what needs to be gotten over? Or is it like he's sorry that he wigged out on a really beautiful romantic partner because he suddenly remembered something of the past? I don't know. Maybe he got scared that what if you cheat on me? What if you someday have a third party? That's what my ex did to me. Oh God, that hurt so bad. And now I'm kind of hostile. And now he needs to say sorry for that and move on from like his own hurts and pains of the past. It's all about past stuff. But we got two layers of past, right? We've got whatever went on here that got like sabotaged the Two of Cups relationship. That needs to be gotten over. But we also have to get over whatever the source of the problem was, the sabotage. So we have like a double layer. Seven of Coins to the Eight of Coins. Again, this is about passage of time and growth and working on things. I think it's all about trust, because what takes the longest to build? Trust. In any relationship, you can say, oh, I love them, they love me, but then you still get scared unless you've been around each other enough time to know beyond a shadow of a doubt, like, I know them, I've seen them at their best, I've seen them at their worst, we've had 7 years of experiences together, I've learned their persona, I know how they think, I know, there's that's part of the great comfort zone. When you've been around somebody for such a long time, you know their flaws, but you also know their how they behave in any situation, because you've been through enough situations with them. Unfortunately, you can't speed that up because you have to get enough time under your belt with that person to be able to see how they act and how they behave in all these, variety of scenarios. So what I'm going to say is, and even then, of course, no matter how long we know somebody, they can still have a second hidden life. I know that all too well. But that happens sometimes, and that can really throw you, for a loop, depending on, how much of a liar somebody might be. But we don't have lies here. What we have is a really beautiful connection that then somebody, maybe they were lied to in the past. Maybe that's why they had a flashback, and then they decided that they were wounded all over again because they remembered how somebody from the past played with their mind or their heart, and then they reacted like they were wounded and even turned their new partner into their enemy because they were remembering too much of what happened in the past. That's something they needed to work on. But, again, you can't work on building trust with a new, amazing Two of Cups partner unless you can get through those moments where you get wobbly and you have flashbacks of other people who hurt you, but you then have to remind yourself that this is a new person. This is my Two of Cups. They haven't hurt me. So I can't have flashbacks from the people of the past. I can't do that. I got to give my new person the best of me, and we got to build and work on this. And when I get scared, I got to be able to articulate it instead of freak out and, go all Five of Swordsy on them. That feels like what the big mess was from the past. Now, it looked like it was the masculine who might have pulled that stunt, might have, gotten all wobbly in the past, but I don't know. Let's just double check. Is it, with the Two of Wands, it could have been both of them to a certain extent, and they might have reflected on this particularly throughout this year. Sorry, guys. My asthma's back. It's never gone. It's just sometimes certain weather, brings it to the surface. That's why my upload schedule's been nuts lately, because if I'm coughing, I just lay low for a few hours or like 12 hours. This feels like they needed to think about this maybe throughout this year. I'm not sure, why was this year the year? This is still Year of the Dragon, right? Well, this is actually really good motivation. When characters start to think about, like, are my actions bringing about happiness, or are my actions sabotaging things that I actually wanted? How much of this is, flashbacks and pain from past stuff now I'm projecting into my present or my future? Maybe I need to think about that. Maybe I need to choose to do that differently. I want to say two people. both of them did that to a certain extent, but there's finally a chance to alter that. I'm sorry, my baby is protecting as always. We've got the High Priestess. High Priestess is very much, the intuition has been like really heightened this year, I think, for these characters. And it's for both of them. They're both in the same head and heart space, like the things that need to change. They know that there's some stuff that needed to shift. And I almost think that they both know that they're thinking along the same lines. So let's jump back over here now. Aries. Oh, my Aries. He does his little doggy job really good. Here we go. We've got the Hanged Man in the reverse, and we got the Four of Pentacles upright. It's time. This has, like, the potential for all this happiness has always been there. If anything, it's just been tucked away the way a little squirrel tucks, the sustenance and the, acorns. They tuck things away in preparation. The fact that the Hanged Man is in the reverse says there's actually no more waiting required. The happiness can be here. The lessons have been learned. The work has been done. The contemplation phase is over. I think characters have come to the conclusion that, this is ridiculous. I met somebody wonderful, and because I'm afraid that something could go wrong, I made sure I got into a fight with the person I did want, because I was afraid that it would go the same way that my past went. That's insane. Why would I do that? Why would I sabotage something beautiful and good and new because I'm so worried it could fall apart like it did in the past? No, that's crazy. I'm not doing that anymore. So that thought process has been, worked through. And in fact, it's almost like this beautiful relationship has been stored up just simply for a later date. It's been stored up for now. Here we go now. You know what? This is really nice. This is really beautiful. We've got got the Justice and excuse me. So sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. And we got the Temperance here. So it is time to make peace with everything that has gone wrong between these two. I'm not sure who makes the move first, but it is absolutely time to fix this. Who's making the move? Who's doing the step forward first? Seven of Cups. I don't know. Even there it says it could be either. Three of Pentacles. It's weird because 7 is a divine number, so it could be that the divine will intervene. The Three of Pentacles says characters will work together, but oftentimes I look at it like one person sometimes has to work on themselves in order to prepare to work with another person. So let me put it this way. Whomever had the greatest amount of work to do, and we kind of imagine that it was both of them who both maybe could have done a little bit of internal work, but I will say it was more heavily centered on the masculine simply because of this card seeing the masculine here. And I don't care about genders anyway. This could be 2 women, 2 men, reverse gender roles, doesn't matter. But whomever is we're going to say he, just because of what we see on the card. He seems to be the one who got wounded by possibly absolutely nothing other than his own memory and decided to wig out on this relationship, which then could have pushed her into oh my God, he has a third party. He's cheating on me. When really it's that he remembered somebody else who'd hurt him. So the third party is just up in his mind. He's not cheating on her, but she's convinced he is. You see how if one person withdraws suddenly and acts all weird, the other one imagines the worst case scenario. And now it's like they're both really triggered, which would make sense considering we have that 2 of Cups, 2 people that have a lot in common. Hi, yeah, you did really good. You did really loud too, but you did really good. You want to come up, say hi? Okay, you can just chill. Sorry, the baby's here. He's done patrolling right now, and he desires snacks and good boy pets to, to reinforce what a fine job he did at busting into our storyline. Between my coughing and him barking, this is a mess. I'm sorry, everybody. If you're new to my channel, please give me another chance. I'm not usually this big of a mess. This is just a weird night. We've got the Lovers card. They I don't know who's making the first move. I really don't, because we keep seeing shared energy. We saw shared energy where one sparked the other. They triggered each other really heavily. They both need to heal with each other. They both want to heal with each other. I don't know who makes the first move other than it says the divine. Let me get one more card for just how is the divine intervening here. Something about with the star card, and we've already seen the star, of course, over here as well in the very beginning. The star is like, it can be great distance. It can be healing. It can be a wish fulfilled, or it could be, you know, how exciting it is when like a meteorite like goes across the sky, or we see a shooting star or something, or something unexpectedly falls to earth. It's rare, but when it happens, it's pretty awesome, right? I'm wondering if the universe conspires to make an unexpected series of events occur. It almost feels like it's going to be a really weird serendipitous thing where it's like they wind up in the same place at the same time when they've been thinking about reaching out to each other, and now unexpectedly either somebody misses an appointment, somebody misses a flight, somebody isn't where they're supposed to be, something that they were supposed to do doesn't work out, and it puts them like, instead of moving forward into some new energy, they actually end up far away from where they were supposed to, but that's exactly where they needed to be to happen to come across each other. Even though they've both been thinking about each other, like it almost feels like there's a gravitational pull between the two of them where they're coming into each other's orbit, and the universe is like guiding the little spaceships that are bringing them into each other's worlds. We got the Six of Wands. Something about a moment of success is going to be had for these lovers, but it really feels like the divine is impeding. Is there anything that they each need to do? Let me ask that, because this feels very murky. I don't see how this is happening, and I don't really like stories that are just like, well, it'll just be magic, and there's no like, I kind of think it's weak storytelling on my part if I don't have any. I'm not asking the right question if I can't get an answer. They could be reconnecting through another individual who either shockingly knows them both and maybe they didn't know it. Maybe somebody says, oh, hey, I talked to they mentioned your name, and it's like, wait, I'm sorry, what? How do you know them? Yeah, that was my ex. Yeah, that was somebody I was very much in love with. What do you mean? How did you get a message to me through them? I didn't know you knew them. Look, the world moves in small circles. This could be through a work-related event. This could be somebody approaches another person on behalf. Like, say the masculine has talked to one of his friends about her. That friend reaches out to her somehow through her workplace or something and says, so-and-so, they can't stop thinking about you. They want to talk to you. And it's like, I'm sorry, what? So it could be through a third party. I didn't see that one coming. That makes a lot more sense to me now. Okay, but what do they each need to do? What about him, the masculine? What do you need to do? Two of Swords. And this Two of Swords is not about blocking or being confused about what they're blocking. It's actually a card that shifts us more into the idea of choice. Which door is he going to pick? Which route will he take? He's got the keys. These doors are not locked. The keys, or even if they are, it doesn't matter because the keys are hanging right there. Which route is he going to take? That's all he has to do, is figure out which route does he want to take. Is he going to call her? Is he going to text her? Is he going to, write to her? How is he going to reach out to her? And maybe that's why he's consulting with a third party. And the third party is going to be like, you're never going to get around. You're going to be 85 years old before you ever reach out to her. You know what? I'm going to reach out to her. I don't know. It feels like a third party reaches out. He should, it actually says he should bounce ideas off of somebody else because the swords are about communication. Should I do this? Should I do that? I'm kind of stuck. I don't know. Maybe asking a friend will be like, okay, done. I did it for you. I just contacted her. That could be the way that goes. Let's ask, what does she need to do? Seven of Swords. I'm not, normally a Seven of Swords would be lies and deception. This is not that. That's not how I read this card. I read it as be aware that there's a leopard up above. If she feels this person's energy, why deny it and ignore it and act like she doesn't know when she does? Don't lie to herself about anything. We have the Hierophant. It's like, I almost think that to prepare to receive this, these two had mirrored each other before. They were very happy once upon a time. Sorry, this is the happy card. They also had similar triggers, even though one, kind of like how fireworks, if you light one fuse, then it can ignite the next one, and pretty soon all your fireworks are going off. It's kind of like that's what they did. First, it was great, it was beautiful. Then, unfortunately, one person's trigger got lit that then triggered her, and it's like the whole thing went up in smoke. But this feels like recognizing that they've always been in sync, even when it's been negative. It's like if they're flowing and they're dancing good together, they're great. If one of them gets off beat and misses a step, then the other one's going to get off beat and miss some steps too. And pretty soon they're a tangled up mess and they're falling on the dance floor. But they can also both dust off, stand back up, and get back to graceful dancing again. If they've always had energy tangled up to where they're so harmonious, whether they're good or whether they're a wreck, why would she not be able to feel their energy if their thoughts are about her and wanting to fix things, and her thoughts are about that with them as well? So why lie to herself about what she knows? You know what you know. You know when you know. That's what this storyline says with the two keys here specifically, which let's go back to, where did it go? Is it still in my little hand? Yeah, we got the two keys here as well. It's a great way to wrap this storyline up because it's very cohesive. We started out with that Two of Cups. We come back around to the two keys. These two will have the power to unlock many more lessons for each other, much more love, and also probably some shadow spaces in their hearts. But if this is like real love, if this is the person that she wants and the person that he wants, then it kind of says, why pretend that we don't know it when we know it, or why pretend it's over when it can't be over, because they both still want this. I think they need to work on transparency though, obviously, because why did we have to have a third person come in to like get these two to communicate? That could also be something where she's going to have to acknowledge that there's been a lot more talk behind her back, not in a negative way, but that they have thought about her, conversed about her, other people know about her through their conversation. And she may need to accept that and just acknowledge it, because I think if anything, that's going to be something that makes her realize they really have continued to hold me in their heart. The fact that they've tried to figure out what to do, the fact that they've asked a friend for help, the fact that they haven't known how to approach me, the fact that that's exactly what I would expect of them, really, is that things have been messy, and where do you start to pick up the pieces again? I kind of think that it wouldn't be such a shock that they've still been paying attention to her and trying to sort this out, and maybe even enlisting the help of somebody else to try to, talk through, how am I going to do this? And then that somebody else just like does it for them. Two of Pentacles. There is a lot to juggle here. There's a lot to sort out. There's a lot to understand about this whole situation, but I think they'll get there. The World card. This is new beginnings for a duo that, as long as they can prevent, or they have like when they get freaked out or something, if they have a safe word to let the other person know, I need reassurance right now. I'm wigging out. Reassure me, come hug me. Like, some of my trigger buttons have been pressed. Please make it better. Or at least please understand that I'm freaking right now, and I need you to remind me to like be in the present and not let my mind slip down the road of the past. I think that's going to be really necessary for these two. Big transformations in how they handle each other. All right, I'm going to leave this one here. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I got to go attend to my baby. Everybody, I appreciate you so much. Don't forget, on Monday, we will be live. I'll see you guys tomorrow too, of course, but on Monday, that's when I'll be doing some card pulls. So be live with me in those, and you get your shot at that. Make sure your notification bells are turned on. I'm trying to remember to remind everybody. All right, you guys, lots of love. Take care. Bye.